Remember, my friends, no bonds in your Roth unless you think the bonds have good upside. All right, so I have all my money's in my Roth and my brokerage account. That's it. I got no pre-tax money anymore. And I do have some bonds, and I even have some cash. And cash is my Charles Schwab money market account, which is paying, what, 4.5, something like that. And I'll take that. But I do have a long bond, EDV, which has been sucking wind since I bought it. But the reason I have that, because I think, I thought, and I still do, I'm going to hold it because I'm still getting 4.5% while I sit there. At some point, I thought they'll have this massive jump, and it hasn't happened yet. It just hasn't. And the only way it's really going to get a massive jump is if interest rates fall, and then it'll see a jump like it's jumping over the moon. I don't know if interest rates are ever going to fall again. I have no clue. Oh, look at that horsey just laying down. Can you all see the horsey? Hi, horsey. I thought when horses lay down, they can't get up. I don't know anything about horses. I just know they're gorgeous. I bet they take the biggest poops you've ever seen. Poops probably the size of my big old head. Anyway, why do I have bonds? Because I think the bond has a massive upside. And I absolutely could be wrong. If you don't have a viewpoint of a holding that you have, that shouldn't be in your Roth. The things that should be in your Roth are the things that you think have big upside for appreciation, right? Appreciation, not dividends growth. No, I mean, dividend growth is fine, but not in of itself. We want big upside, big potential swings. S&P 500 averages 10 or 11% a year. That means it doubles every 7 years or so. I mean, that's historical. I don't know if it will do that again. You don't know, but that's what you want. You don't want CDs in your Roth. You don't want short-term bond funds in your Roth. Again, why do I have some cash in my Roth? Well, simply because it makes me sleep well at night. There's a cop, got to put the phone down. And because I like to have some money on the side, hang on a second. They put a new neighborhood over here, and I guess a cop's doing a run-through on it. Big neighbor, man, they're building like crazy out here. It sucks, dude. I mean, look, I'm a hypocrite. They built for you. And my house is new too, relative 15 years ago. But man, it's just the whole town of Milton. They're building. I mean, it's good to be in demand, but damn, just seeing these forest lands go south is painful to watch. But anyway, but I love my town. Man. So we have Johns Creek on the other side of Alfred. So basically, you have Alfred in the middle, you have Johns Creek on the right and or the east, and Milton on the left on the west. And Johns Creek is just like Texas. Everything just put on top. In Phoenix, it sucks, dude. I can't stand it. It's just one subdivision after another. Milton tried to retain some of its rural heritage. It can't. I mean, it's still it's nice, but it's not nearly like what it used to be. And of course, 20 years ago, there's no one here. But But anyway, it's still better than Johns Creek and still better than Alpharetta, but they are building like crazy. It still kind of stinks. I don't know if they got septic tank systems in Johns Creek. I bet they probably don't. We have septic tanks here, which means you can have like houses like on an acre or something like that. And that's the way to keep the riffraff out. People say, oh man, you're keeping the riffraff. Yeah, we don't want the riffraff, all right? I don't want young Josh in my neighborhood. Let's just put it that way. I don't care what freaking you are. If you're a young Josh, stay away from my neighborhood. That's for damn sure. Hey, anyway. So the only thing you put in your Roth, in my opinion, is what you think has upside, significant upside. Bonds don't. A lot of these high-yielding dividend stocks don't. They just don't. They're just giving you dividends and no appreciation. That's why they give the dividends. If you're reinvesting shares, I suppose that's fine. But generally speaking, the only thing in your Roth should be things that you think have high growth, high appreciation opportunity. And that's why I believe bonds, long-term bonds, still can be in your Roth, even though I said no bonds in your Roth. Well, that was when the interest rates were at 1% and 2%. There's no high appreciation for bonds then. I'm not sure we're going to see much appreciation bonds. Generally speaking, I still say don't put bonds in Roth unless you're going out like I did, going long-term zero coupon bonds. If you do that, yeah, that's fine. But I think you might be disappointed, as I have been over the last year and a half. But, that's the thing about investing. You hang tight, you hold. But, and the only reason I have cash in my Roth is because, like I said, it's like I'd have no other place to put it. And I like having the cash because it lets me sleep all night in case the markets tank. And if the markets tank, I'll have all this dry powder to buy low. All right, God bless your thoughts. Smash that likey.